How does blending holistic medicine and natural fertility medicine with IVF give you a greater chance to become pregnant and have a healthy baby? Whether you're already in your IVF cycle or you're thinking about it or just gathering some research today, this is a really important episode for you to watch. In fact, it's part of a series, and I'm talking about the importance of gathering not just logistics of actually selecting the doctor and the logistics of going through the cycle, but coming at it from the perspective of a holistic medicine doctor. And I want you to consider all the information that can help you to become pregnant and to become a mom. And make sure that you stay until the end of this episode where I will address specific side effects of IVF medication and how to deal with them on a daily basis. Let's get started. Tip number 1, nutritional foundations are crucial. Firstly, our bodies are our temples, especially when preparing for IVF. It's not just about eating healthy, it's about nourishing our wombs daily. And this means every meal and any snack in between. And I really recommend a diet rich in antioxidants, healthy fat, clean proteins, foods like wild-caught salmon, organic berries, strawberries, freshly ground flaxseed, not only to nourish our bodies, but also to support our reproductive systems. And I have plenty of episodes on the fertility diet on this channel, so please see the links for very specific meals and fertility foods that I list. The second tip is often rushed through, or yeah, I do that, but mind-body synchronizing. Our minds and our bodies must be in harmony. IVF is easy, right? Said no one ever. So aside from how expensive it is, the time constraints that adds over a lot of months just for one IVF cycle, and probably a number of you have gone through at least 1 or 2 cycles, we have to support ourselves emotionally and physically along the entire IVF journey. So techniques like meditation, yoga, fertility visualization, acupuncture, we'll get to that. All these connect our mental and physical states. I practice and recommend daily meditation to reduce stress and promote a sense of peace, which is invaluable during the IVF process. And if this is something that you would like to learn more about, just drop me a comment below and I will send you a fertility meditation that I created for my patients and clients to help them calm their heart and ease the journey. So just drop me a comment below and say meditation, and I will send that to you. And in case you don't know me, hi, I'm Dr. Gina Rosella Terranoni, and I have helped over 2,000 women and couples to become pregnant and have healthy babies, and I would love to help you too. Everything on this channel is based on what I use to support my patients and clients holistically. And this has been for over the past 22 plus years now, and it has helped so many people become pregnant. So please do me a favor and subscribe today, hit the little bell, and then you'll get a notification when I drop the next episodes. And I do go live every week, and you can ask questions live or ahead of time. And as always, feel free to comment below to request a specific topic for an upcoming episode, or if you just want to ask me a question, whatever is helpful for you. So tip number 3, environmental detoxification. Our environment profoundly affects our well-being in every area. Reducing exposure to toxins is crucial, and I encourage you to use natural cleaning products and organic personal care products like shampoos, conditioners, body lotions, makeup. Think everything you put on your body, anything that you breathe in, again, like foods that you're eating, ensuring that everything around you is supporting your health and your fertility health. Read all of the labels, and it's great now because there's apps. I have an app, it's called Think Dirty, so you can tell how safe products are. And it's so easy because labels are so deceiving. They'll have natural on them and natural ingredients, and they can get away with that. But it's really easy to use. And again, it's called Think Dirty. And I think there's probably other apps, but that's the one that I use. And basically it rates how clean items are as far as synthetics, toxins. And what it says is that there's some common allergens in products. Total game changer when shopping for groceries and healthcare products. Basically, you just scan the product and it's like, it gives it a little score. Tip number 4, herbal medicine. Herbs are potent. They must be used with knowledge and caution, particularly during IVF. And when I lived and had my clinic in Monterey Bay, a lot of my IVF patients were using Dr. Zuvis, and he was in San Francisco. He's like an OG for IVF. And his incredible wife, Dr. Li Fang Lian, and she supported his patients with herbs and acupuncture, and he was doing IVF. And I found that where I practice now in Colorado, it's been about 18 years I've been out here now, all the Western doctors here that refer patients to me will only do so if I promise not to give their patients herbs at all. There's a lot of misinformation about there, but there are interactions. I completely respect this, and it's a control as much as possible so you can have a successful IVF cycle. But I can tell you that my experience is patients that need a lot more support with acupuncture and supplements and vitamins if they're not taking herbal medicine. So I do hope that there's more research geared at herbal medicine while going through IVF, but we just don't have that right now. So even though a lot of clinics are doing this where I am, so I don't know where you're watching this from, but you always want to check with your doctor and look at medication interactions. So get that cleared always, okay? And then basic acupuncture protocols, they're not always perfect for patients going through IVF. So I hope that we can be more supportive in that area in the near future. So supplements like CoQ10 have shown promise in supporting egg quality. Myo-inositol for women with PCOS, vitamin D, prenatals, folic acid. There's so many things, but you don't want to just throw spaghetti at the wall. You want to make sure that you actually need it. So always make sure that you're consulting with a professional before using any herbs or supplements, and even vitamins, even adding extra vitamins in, because sometimes they can really weigh on your digestion. And the good news is that more and more fertility clinics are making supplement and vitamin recommendations to their patients, and more research is being released on how effective it is to support women on their fertility journeys overall, not just during IVF. Tip number 5, acupuncture. So this is a primary tool of traditional Chinese medicine. It's renowned for balancing homeostasis in the body and mind. Regular acupuncture sessions can improve blood to flow to reproductive organs, enhancing the environment where our precious eggs develop. Meta-analysis of IVF acupuncture research states that there's an increase of 28 to 42% success rate for live births when acupuncture was used with IVF patients compared to patients who did not use acupuncture. And I can tell you in my clinic and my experience over a couple decades, it's really hard when patients come into me after they've had a failed IVF transfer and they say, oh, I should have just done the acupuncture last time. You know what? It's fine. You move forward now. And I get it. It's time. It's more appointments, it's money up front, and then you are always going to have this, is it going to work for me? But honestly, I say if you've signed up for IVF, do everything you possibly can to increase the chances of getting pregnant. And for clients outside of Colorado or in Colorado who are just too busy and they can't make all the appointments, I instruct them to use these infrared patches, and they place them on specific acupressure points that are IVF specific. And there's a lot more detail, but I have another video coming out on that. They can help with improving blood circulation, reducing inflammation, supporting emotional health, reducing stress, anxiety, and depression. So message below if you want more information on these patches. They're super easy to use. They're wonderful. And what happens is if you want to use them, we talk once. I give you a specific chart on your health needs. You apply them. I give you pictures and instruction. That's it. You change the patches daily. They're super convenient, especially for women who are working or struggling with all the medical appointments. And it just makes it a lot easier on yourself if you're not able to fit in actual acupuncture, but it just depends where you're at in the IVF cycle. Tip number 6, embracing emotional well-being. Our emotional health is just as important as our physical health. And often, and maybe you've experienced this, our emotional health dictates our physical health. Think about that. I encourage all women on their fertility journey, especially if you've experienced loss or if you've experienced IVF not working for you 1 time, 2 times. It is quite the journey. So look for support, whether through counseling, support groups, or meaningful connections with family and friends and loved ones. Only surround yourself with people who are giving you nourishment and love and not judgment and not a ton of questions, okay? And always consider joining my private online fertility community because we support each other along everyone's unique fertility journey in there. And if you want to know, there's more information in the episode notes about that group. Tip number 7, restorative rest. Now, last but definitely not least, rest is not a luxury. It's a necessity. And quantity, I would say, should be at least, and depends where you live. I live at almost 10,000 feet. Somebody at sea level probably can get away with a little less sleep than what I need, but a minimum of 8 hours each night, especially if you're trying to get pregnant. But not just quantity, you've got to look at the quality of your sleep. That's crucial for hormone balance and overall health. You want to keep your immune system up. I recommend establishing a calming nighttime routine and ensuring your bedroom is a sanctuary for restorative rest. And oftentimes we're stressed, and that directly impacts the ability to sleep and our quality of sleep. So please ask for help. And don't accept disruptive sleep as this is just what happens. Remember, the goal is to essentially prioritize all of your health. So physical, emotional, spiritual throughout your entire fertility journey. You don't need to tolerate any discomforts. It's not, this is just what happens. You can get help. So we're going to the bonus section in a second here of IVF medication side effects and how to deal with them naturally. But first, I want to say, remember, each of these tips isn't just a suggestion. Each of these are integral pieces of a puzzle that, when complete, it can support the miraculous process of IVF. It can boost your chances to become pregnant and to become a mom. So embrace every single day, nurture your body, nurture your soul, and keep hope as your constant companion on this journey. Okay, side effects. So many patients and clients share their experiences with side effects from IVF medication. And it's a real part of the journey. And I'm here with some natural ways to navigate the waters. So let's talk about the first big one that I hear about often. If I would say maybe not every single woman that I've worked with, but the majority is bloating and just abdominal discomfort. Bloating's common, and one way to alleviate that is through a diet high in fiber and low in salt to help your digestive system. So don't eat processed foods or fast foods, right? Because that can just make you feel horrible anyway. You want to eat the clean foods that we talked about. So think leafy greens like kales, spinach, avocados is helpful, oats. All of these things will help with that. And make sure you're staying hydrated because dehydration can cause bloating as well. And herbal teas like peppermint or adding like grated fresh ginger, that can soothe your tummy and get rid of the bloat and the discomfort or cramping if you've got more going on. And they also support circulation. And remember, don't eat raw foods. I have other episodes on this, but just a gentle reminder, keep everything as easy as possible on your digestion, just in general, but especially when you're taking medications for IVF. Okay, let's look at mood swings. This is very common and completely understandable, but the hormonal fluctuations can take you on this crazy roller coaster ride. So ashwagandha is one herb. It's an adaptogenic herb that may help balance your mood naturally. There's a number of them, but check with your doctor or your IVF nurse first. There's also other vitamins and supplements that can be helpful. I don't want to give you a whole list of them here because I've covered quite a bit so far, and I don't want to confuse you. I can cover those in another episode. But one of the best things that you can do is engage in mindfulness or breathing exercises will help you to stabilize emotions. I help and lead meditations inside the private fertility community that I run to help support women on fertility journey as well as IVF journeys. So always consider that because I feel like this kind of a journey, you need support. And I think it's helpful for people who are on a similar journey to you to become friends or just hear each other out. And with the other things I wanted to say is get out in nature. Go for a walk in nature. No matter where you live, find some peace or some clean air or sunshine. Number 3, injection site reactions. For those tender areas, aloe vera gel can be cooling and healing. Arnica, if you're familiar with that, you can use that topically. I should say down here is renowned for reducing bruising and soreness, and it can help with swelling as well. Calendula is helpful. And I really love CBD topicals, but there's so many on the market. So make sure if you do choose to use that it's a reputable company, and they're so expensive. So make sure that you use one that works. I have a few that I use with patients and clients, but I'll tell you, it took me probably about 25 to 30 products to find one that was actually effective. So just be careful of that. And then also with CBD, you do want to check with your IVF nurse or doctor or both and see what their thoughts are, because some doctors don't like to have them interact with the medications. Next up is headaches. Headaches are very common, but hydration, again, is key. And then also magnesium-rich foods like almonds and spinach can help, as well as regular exercise to improve circulation. And sometimes iron and B vitamins can be helpful as well. But I would also say clearing your head, exercise is great for stress reduction too. But if you have a headache, I probably wouldn't exercise during a headache. It's more like a preventative. And next up is fatigue. For fatigue, prioritize sleep hygiene. Often this is the problem. Even if you're getting the hours, maybe the quality's off. And also small balanced meals throughout the day can maintain energy levels, and supplements like CoQ10, vitamin B12. These have been reported to aid in energy levels, but definitely, again, like I'm going to tell you again and again, consult with your nurse and your doctor. You don't want to read things or hear things and just go to the store and buy everything up, because there's also like quality of products that needs to be considered. And this is a really small list of side effects. There's a lot more to it, but these are the most common ones that I see with my patients that are going through IVF. I hope this information supports you on your journey. In the next video, please watch this. I will continue the theme of supporting you through IVF, and I will be covering in much more detail some more side effects of IVF, natural remedies to alleviate the side effects, and I will talk specifically about what you can expect with acupuncture, how many visits that you would need, what's general recommendations, what protocols would look like, how it can support you before, during, and after your IVF procedure. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.